Shalom, shalom, Yisrael. This is FTF, First Tabernacle Fellowship. Turn up and talk it out Tuesdays. I am the coordinator for the roundtable discussions. My name is Ashanti. FTF, First Tabernacle Fellowship, located here in the city of Sacramento. Our head rabbi, pastor, shepherd is Pastor Robert B. Holman. And we do have a location here in the city of Sacramento, 1211 C, as in Cat Street. Our phone number information, 916-444-1908. Thank you for those who have joined the meeting already. And thank you for those who are on their way. Thank you for those who want to make it and could not for some reason. And thank you to those out there who are watching live on the Hangouts or the YouTube. So today is the 10th day on the Gregorian calendar, day 10 in the 11th month on the Gregorian calendar. All right. Before I get into things, I do want to make it known that this is a roundtable discussion. So sometimes if people or youth, young adult, and not so young adult are not able to make it out to a discussion on the Hangout, then I will, I'll talk for a few minutes, give some information, talk about upcoming events. However, if there are no participating people on the panel to the Hangouts, then we'll go ahead and close out the session and then pick it up next week or the week after. The reason being that this is a roundtable discussion, and in order to have a discussion going on, we got to have more than one person talking. And I do have another channel where I do personal videos and things of that nature. Also about the scriptures, encouragement, talk about some issues and relate them to the word of the Most High. So that page is that's 916 Shan, SHAN. This one, however, that's under my name, Ashanti Belton. This is the one set up for First Tabernacle Fellowship. Turn up and talk it out Tuesdays. All right. So on this one, I don't want to be the only one talking, because this is supposed to be a roundtable forum where the participants can bring whatever issues, situations, questions, concerns to the table, and they'll get or be addressed. You don't have to join anything here. This is also not the place where you're going to be indoctrinated. Nobody here tells you what to believe or how to believe. We just put the information out. Also give reference and research and study material tips, and also links and things of that nature where you can go and find the information. Of course, we discuss things and break them down here. However, people with the power of the Most High, I believe, can come to a sound conclusion with the help of Ruach HaKodesh, with the help of the set apart breath or wind. All right. So I usually give people a few minutes to get on if they're going to get on. So if I know it's 6:34 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if more people don't get on and are able to get on and be a part of the discussion, in about 10 more minutes, I'll close it out. Also, if you guys will let me know if anyone watches this in the future or later on, if the start time of 6:30 p.m. is not, if the start time of 6:30 p.m. is a little bit too early for some people to start or get on, and maybe they can't get on until 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, please let me know. Can definitely move the time back. But that's what this is about here. And so check something here. All right. So actually, I've been doing a little studying, but I'll address what I'm studying. So, because I'm going to be working on some videos from my personal channel. So, of course, I've already started studying the Torah portion for this week, which is Todos, or generations, talking about the offspring of excuse me, talking about the offspring. Sorry, excuse me. Let's see, talking about the offspring of Yitzhak and Esau, and then getting a wife. Eleazar, the servant of Abraham, is sent on a mission, which is Yitzhak's mission, actually, to find a wife, which we know the wife of Yitzhak is going to be Rebecca or Rivka. All right. So that's what I've been studying so far. Also, I'll do these videos later on. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do these videos on these particular subjects, but I'll go over the subjects. I'm going to be doing videos on my other channel here. So I'll tell you about that in the research and reference material I'm using to study from and do those videos. Let's see here. Give me a hot second. All right, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about why Tabernacle Fellowship do not address ourselves as Christians. I know that's a little bit, you know, I know people understand that the term Christian means Christ-like or to be a follower of Christ. However, in Acts 11:26, they use the reference that we were first called Christians. Notice that that's what we were called, not necessarily what we called ourselves. If you look at Acts chapter 20, you actually look at Acts chapter 24, you know, people called us all sorts of names. You know, they called us Nazarene or Nazarenes. However, we were of the way. So if you look at Acts chapter 24, you'll see that we didn't necessarily call ourselves Christians. Other people called us Christians. Now, this is not to condemn or demean anyone who calls himself a Christian. If you do call yourself that, that is okay. You know, that's what you do. That's on you. Everybody's entitled to, you know, pin themselves or title themselves however they like. However, I know some people want to know why we don't call ourselves that, even though we follow the Messiah. Why don't we call ourselves, you know, Christians or even Messianics, I guess. You know, some people say, well, Messianics means the same thing. And what I'm going to do in my other channel is go over that. You know, like for me, you know, you get called African American, you get called black, you get called colored, you get called the N-word, you know, and I'm like, all these terms, you know, man didn't put on us. And I'm like, you know, I'm tired of going by the titles that man put on us. You know, I'm here to be called by the name that my father Yahweh put on me or addressed me as, you know. Anytime Yahweh told his prophets to give his children a word, he said, just, hey, tell this to the children of Israel. So I call myself a child of Israel. That makes me an Israelite. Yaakov, or Jacob, his name was changed to Yisrael, the one who strives with Elohim when he wrestled with the Malach, or the angel, or the messenger. So I call myself a Hebrew daughter of Yisrael. Hebrew, Ivri, meaning one who crossed over, because, you know, my father Abraham was a Hebrew. So, you know, you can look at that in, I believe, Genesis chapter 14. So I don't call myself a Hebrew Israelite. However, I'll call myself a Hebrew daughter of Israel. So I'll clear up that information as well. I'm going to be putting together some information about the etymology of where the word Christian, or where the term Christian came from. You know, pretty much, if you look at the word Christos, Christos, Chrestos, how it became Christos, and how crest became Christian, and how some of the early manuscripts actually attest to Christian, and how this word changed into Christian or Christian, and why the term why the term is such a broad term, and it was actually also used to call on some deities known as saviors. There were other deities known as saviors before Yeshua, or, you know, who some people refer to as Jesus, who there were some anointed ones who came before, not necessarily came before, but before Yeshua, the Messiah, came in the flesh to earth. There were some people already worshipped as a deity, as an anointed one, as a Christ, or as a Christos, or as a Messiah. So I'll get into that on the next video. But I'll pick this up. So this is a book called Mystery Cults by Hugh Bowen. Mystery Cults in the ancient world. Going to be looking at some information from there about the etymology of the word Christian, and how it became Christian, and who were the original Christians, or who were the original Christians. And then I'm also going to be going over who these people are. The Celts. The Celts. The reason I'm going to be looking at that is because the Galatians that Shaul or Paul was talking to, the Galatians had Celts there. They were Celts. Okay, Celts. I know a basketball team in the NBA, the Boston Celtics. You know, we say the Celtics, but actually it's pronounced Celtics. But we're not gonna get into semantics right now. However, I'm going to be looking at the Celts and how the Celts were in Galatia, and how they are known to be some Galatians, and why Paul was addressing the Galatians as such, as celebrating certain days and things like that. So, because I know You know, Paul's, I think in Galatians chapter 4, it says you're going to go back to these Elohim who are not Elohim, and you're going to observe, you know, you put these days higher above other days and put these times high above other times and things of that nature. And what clarifies what Shaul or Paul was talking about was if you know about who the Celts were, what they was doing, and what was going on, you'll understand why Shaul or Paul said what he said. And I'll let you know a little bit that it does have to do with occultism. It does have to do with paganism. It does have to do with witchcraft. You know, these Celts, some were in Galatia, some were the Galatians, right? We'll get into that on my other channel, but I don't know exactly when I'm going to do that video. I'm going to put some information together. All right. So, with that being said, it's like 6:46, and I said we were not going to, you know, I wasn't going to be the only one talking on here. It's a roundtable discussion. However, I do want to give some information. I did put in the description box www.firsttab.org, FIRSTTAB.org. You can go there to First Tabernacle Fellowship website and get some information about what we teach. And you can also watch Torah studies that we have on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have live Ustream of the Torah studies, and we also have live Ustream of Shabbat services or Sabbath services at 11 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. So if you go to that site, you can see the link there to get to the live Ustream web there, service there. And so if you have any questions that you want Pastor Holman to answer, or any questions, issues, or anything, you know, there's nothing, we turn nothing away. We turn nothing away. So with that being said, we don't have anybody coming on to the meeting. So once again, if we do not have anybody coming to the meeting, then it's not a discussion. It's just me talking. But I have my other channel for that. So if you do want to know, oh yeah, I do want to say, since I'm giving out this information, the books that I get, got to be careful with them. I use them just for informational purposes, only to expound on what Scripture says. Books like this, I get from, they'll put them in the spiritual religious section, but they're going to be in your New Age section, or they're going to be in your pagan or occultism or occult section. So you got to be careful with the books you extract from. Also, I like to use credible sources, such as people who are actually current practicing, you know, people all up in that stuff. I like to see what they have to say, because, you know, that's a direct source. And I also like to get people well studied in school, in college, people who have bachelor's or master's or PhDs in certain fields, who spent some time delving into particular subjects and do a lot of study research and things of that nature. So those are the resources I like to look at when I get study materials, so I can, you know, get some expounding on what Scripture says. Books like this you can get in the world history, ancient history section of your library or your bookstore, things of that nature. If if they don't have certain type of books there, you can ask them to order them, or you can, definitely go to Amazon. But a lot of um, a lot of extra biblical sources outside of the Bible. That's what that means. When you want to get information, uh, the Israelite information is definitely going to be in books about Egypt. We're going to be in books about Romans, Greco-Roman history, and that's the two main places that there I tend to see a lot of information about the Israelites in, or about Christianity or Judaism or things of that nature. So okay, so it's 6:51 p.m. Like I said, you can go to my channel 916 Sean. I'll be doing more videos there when it's just me talking, or when I want to present some information. But this is supposed to be a roundtable discussion, and if I'm here by myself, it's not a roundtable. It's not a discussion. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close out until next week. And if you do have any questions or concerns, comments, or anything, you can just put that in the comments section, and I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you concerning what you put there. All right. So shalom, shalom to the Israelites scattered across the four winds of the earth. Continue to have a great week. Shalom.